If you asked me to name my Mama Aline's favorite craft, I would tell you without hesitation, it's Aline's bread dough. You know, it's that gooey mess of a slice of bread and a tablespoon of her legendary tacky glue. And it wasn't just a recipe, it was her magic for generations of crafters. Mama never shied away from the mess. She'd dive in, turning sticky chaos into beautiful roses. Tiny works of art for jewelry, frames, or just to make you smile. The last time we crafted together on a TV set, I surprised her. I gave her a cup, a slice of bread, and a spoonful of tacky glue. And she just laughed, and she reached right in and she took that gooey mess and formed it into bread dough. And she shaped those roses just like only she could. Even though we were in front of a live audience, in that moment, it was just us creating a memory. I am so delighted to have this tattered photo to remind me of that special moment. Pick up some Aline's tacky glue and make your own memories. Craft a rose, share a laugh, and hold your loved ones close. On this Mother's Day, on behalf of the Aline's family, I wish you a lifetime of creative memories, just like those my mama gave to me and her fan, who have loved her for over 75 years. Happy Mother's Day.
How you like that? You gon' like that? Da 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 da. How you like that? How you like that? Da da da.
Now, some people might call this an addiction, which I'm okay. They're right. It maybe it is. I'm obsessed. Okay, I'm obsessed. I can't think about anything else. I love it. I can't live without it. Okay, is that so wrong?
Something new, something fresh. Yeah, I'm super obsessed. Let me know when you done messing. A little that, a little this, then you put it to the test. It's all in the expression. It's a mood, it's a vibe, it's a state of mind. And now I want it more. It's a mood, it's a vibe, it's a state of mind. Okay, you got the floor. It's looking good. I kinda like that.
my bed like I'm Frito-Lay. Crispy golden creme brulee, rare like a T-bone steak. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good.
Start over. We were muted.
Okay, we're here. We made it.
Hi, everyone.
I'm Tiffany Windsor from Cool2Craft.
And I'm Ann Butler with Bella Crafts Publishing.
So I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. Ann and I were talking pre-show. This has been one heck of a day for both of us.
Love it. Usually they're not, but
I know. Well, in case you don't know, Ann has a live at 2:00 Central on Wednesdays. Then she has other things to prepare for. Then we get ready for this. Then we get ready for whatnot. And it's turning out to be a busy day every week on Wednesdays.
But we love it.
We love it. So thank you to everyone for joining us tonight. If you are new, a big welcome to you. I know I'm seeing familiar names. And just a quick recap. I started Cool2Craft back in 2010. We started these pajama parties back then. And Ann and I talked recently and we decided we wanted to get them going again. So here we are.
Yes. We love them.
We do. It's honestly, it's a great way for me to unwind from the day, even though there's a lot to do. And you know, we have so many things coming up in this hour, but it really is a relaxing moment to connect with the people who I love, who's my crafting community.
Get it all done in one day. Yes, Brenda.
You know, I think it's really a good idea, Brenda. So, Ann, I want to start with talking about whatnot, because last week we had some people who were not able to get all signed up to be able to participate. So what I want to do is let everyone know that after the pajama party, we head over to Whatnot. If you have not heard about it, it's an online auction site and we sell things from our studio. So Ann is clearing out her studio supplies.
A little
bit. And then I actually put some things on for tonight that I made for the holidays. And so it's some ready-made samples that I use for some photo shoots. So it is laser cut napkin rings. So we're going to give it a try. I'm going to put those on to auction tonight also. And oh my gosh, Sarah said that Ann is in a hoodie and it's way too hot for me to wear my hoodie here in Tennessee. So this is my merch for tonight. Let's see if I can get this straight. We matched last week, but
we did. Yeah, because Sarah says, of course I'm in a hoodie. It's 70 degrees. You know, inside my house, it's cooler. You know, so it is chilly in here. So I'm perfectly fine. Hi, Jules.
Hi, Jules. I could not do it tonight. So here's my merch. So what we want you to do is, Ann, you put in the link.
Yep,
that is a referral link that if you go and sign up, take some time. Maybe if you have some time during the show, but we want you to watch everything, or between the time we stop Cool2Craft and we start Whatnot, go sign up. You get a $15 coupon off, $15 off your first purchase in our shop. So you'll want to be sure that you get that tonight if you're going to bid on some of the items. So we had 3 kits left over from last week, I believe, 2 or 3, and then added a lot more this week. So
yeah,
please join us over at Whatnot. And when you're there, like our shop, as you continue, every week we do this. We do Cool2Craft and we do Whatnot. So be sure if you purchase from us and when you receive your item, please leave a review because it helps us to be seen in the Whatnot community. And Ann, I didn't mention to you, but I was on a call with the Craft Industry Alliance this week and I brought it up. And Abby had mentioned that in the past, that Whatnot was really pushing to get more crafters on. And she said, then it kind of got quiet. And I said, I think the crafters are back. So
Yeah.
And what happens at the end of our show is I get to send what's called a raid to another craft show. So everyone who's watching our show at that time gets sent over to another live auction. So you can either drop off or you can see what another craft channel is selling. So it's really cool. Go into the link on the chat and sign up for Whatnot.
So Kelly has a question, and I do not know the answer. How do you apply that $15?
I believe that when you make your first purchase, that it automatically is applied when we actually ship the item and the final invoice is done. Because what happens when you order, we go back and we double check the shipping and may make some corrections to that if for some reason something's off. And so it has to be when it goes through at that point. If for any reason that doesn't happen, you let us know, because we'll make sure to work that out for you. But it's all done through Whatnot. We don't handle it.
Right. And then Lenine said she thinks she's registered now.
I know Lenine wanted to buy last week so bad. And I'm so sorry, Lenine. But if you're all signed up, Anne has a lot of really cool kits that she's added tonight.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about tonight's giveaway? Because we're changing the format a little bit. We're doing the giveaway at the beginning of each show now. And we're giving you a little bit of homework to do.
Yeah. So for the giveaway, we are asking, and we'll put links in, that you like the Cool2Craft Facebook page, the Cool2Craft group. You want to join that, the Cool2Craft newsletter, Bella Crafts, my YouTube channel, which I would love more viewers, and the Bella Crafts Facebook page. So it's 5 things, but you get an entry for everything you do. So if you follow and sign up for all these things, you get 5 entries. If you follow one or sign up for the newsletter, that's 1 entry. So the giveaway this week, which we're waiting, we're going to wait for people to come back and watch the replay and to do this also, but we're going to announce the winner next week, the same way I do every week for my lives. It just gives everybody a chance, because not everybody can be here live. But the giveaway this week is a stamp and die set from Gina K, and the value of this is like $40. It's a beautiful stamp and die set that we'll do for the giveaway. So make sure you go, and Tiff is putting in all the links there for you.
I'm still putting them in.
And so we just want to, every week we're going to have a giveaway, and sometimes there'll be sponsored giveaways, sometimes they'll be ours, but every week there will be something given away, because we like to do that.
We like to do that. We have lots of cool things. And I really want to encourage everyone to follow us wherever we are asking, especially on the Cool2Craft Facebook page, because I have to have 40 more who like that page in order for me to broadcast live from this platform onto my Cool2Craft page. So bless Anne, she is broadcasting this to her Facebook page. But I've just started all this back up, so I'm just trying to build my audience. Fortunately, I have a lot of people on YouTube that we're trying to reconnect with, but there's homework for you for this week.
Yeah, just a little bit, but we appreciate all of you, regardless of if you're able to follow and sign up. It's just a good way for you to keep in touch with us too and know what we're doing.
Right. So next up is the audience in the spotlight. And do you want to talk about that, Anne?
Okay, so every week we want to be able to spotlight some of your crafts. So if you would send us, not send us. So every week we're going to put in the link to this broadcast, right?
Right. So there's 2 ways to do it.
Okay,
so they can participate by sending a project to us, or you can come on air with us.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, I knew that we could. So like if you send something to us, a project, a picture, we will include it maybe in the 10-minute pre-recorded
Right.
before our live. And then if you want to come on, last week we had a couple come on, and we're going to do it during the show though. Like we're going to put the link in here for you to, if you want to come in to the back end. And then when we have a second, we'll let you share something you're doing, but we'd like to keep it to a minute or under so we can get as many people in and get everything that we're doing for the show done.
Okay, so I'm going to put the link in. I'm pretty sure I have the right link here, which is a StreamYard link, right, Anne?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So just to continue on what Anne has just said, we want you to come on. So if you have a camera, you're ready to come on. We want to do this in 1 minute segments. So you have 1 minute to share your project. If you have more than one project, you'll go out of the queue and we'll bring you back in later on in the show. And it was really cool last week to see what everybody was working on.
It is so much fun. And this is a party, so it's about you guys too.
Yes.
Hey,
Yes.
Laura Lee, I'm glad you have some time in your craft room now. So yes, so I'll be watching and Tiff will be watching if any of you come in. We have a lot of things in here, so we just have to look down every now and then to check it out.
And a reminder, if you do come into our green room, you will need to go out of the original tab that you have open. Otherwise, there's going to be feedback. So we're pretty sure that you can watch from the green room. So once you've clicked on that link, you should be able to watch the show and just get out of the first tab that you may have opened tonight.
Brenda said she thinks she's already following all of the pages.
Oh, wow.
Brenda, one thing, have you signed up for the Cool2Craft newsletter? Because that's one of the things. Maybe you haven't done that thing yet.
Right. Now, keep in mind that we want you to tag Pajama Party also so we can go find you. Right now, I don't have many posts that I'm going to have to look through, but as this grows, that when you do make a comment, what we want you to do is tell us what you liked best about tonight's show. So Brenda, if you're all signed up, go in and leave a comment and on all of those social media platforms, and you're going to let us know what you like best from tonight's show.
So hashtag Pajama Party.
Right.
And that way it's easy for us to find them.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So Laura Lee's asking, do y'all want to see my display of what I made at the Stamp Expo? Absolutely.
We would love to. We Tiffany put the link in there. So if you have that, otherwise we'll put it in again.
We'll see you're in the queue and let us know in the chat if you have any problems. And I think it's time for, we have a couple minutes. We can either find out if anyone logs in, but then it's going to be time for you to show us your happy birthday foiling cards.
Okay. Why don't I start that now?
Okay.
And then we'll watch. So Laura Lee, you have a bit of time because this is about 10 minutes. It'll take about 10 minutes.
So
It's a happy birthday
Okay.
digitals. And for this, you get 3 PNG files that you're able to print off with the toner printer if you want to foil. And the first one comes with 4 different happy birthdays. The second one comes with 2 of those happy birthdays so that you're able to cut it and create instant cards. And the third one comes with the other 2. So to show you how easy this is, I already have these cut and they're A2 size. So they're 5.5 by 4.25. And I did print them on a toner printer. And then for these ones, I just simply cut them in half and you're able to fold it and have an instant card. So let's see how easy it is to foil. I'm going to pull my laminator in here. And I think I'm going to do this one. I'm using Decofoil transfer foils. And this one is Prismic Rainbow, which I haven't tried yet. And I thought it'd be really pretty. Now you can have those lines going either way. And I'm going to go horizontal. And you always put the dull side of the foil onto the toner sheet. And I'm using a carrier sheet. So you just stick it down in there and you run it through your laminator. I have had mine already turned on and heating up. I have it on a 4 because that is what has worked best for me with this fuse machine. So you run it through simply like this. The hardest part is waiting for that to come out, right? So you can see right here, it's coming out the back end. Let that come out. And the best part about this whole process is the reveal. So you just pull this away. Isn't that beautiful? Look at how fun that is. So right there, you would have an instant card. You could just put this right on top of a card front, or you could die cut it out. I'm going to show you what you can do with this because you don't want to waste that, right? So I'm taking some of my 6x6 toner sheets and their cardstock weight, and I'm going to simply put this right on top. Again, pretty side up, dull side against the toner. But this is what I call double foiling. So you're not wasting any of that beautiful foiled paper. And I'm again sticking it right inside. I want to make sure I have that. I want to make sure I have that centered right. So I'm going to run this through again. And that way you're not wasting, like I said, any of that foil, and you get another amazing result. So we have that going through there, and we're being patient again. With the Gina K fuse foiling system, I find that I can run things through once. When I am using my Scotch laminator, I have to run everything through twice. With this particular laminator, it comes with a carrying sheet, and I use that. On the Scotch brand, I just use copy paper. So you have to find your best foiling laminator. So you can see that right there. Now I'm going to peel this off. Oh my goodness. Is that not beautiful? That is so pretty. And see, it used up all except that little strip right there because this was just a tiny bit bigger than my cardstock. But isn't that beautiful? You end up with two totally different cards. But the really cool thing, you get different looks no matter what you do. And I have a nice variety here. These ones I've already, you can barely see that one. It is so sparkly. There, you can see it right there. So this one I've already die cut out so that it will fit nicely on top of a card front with a border. I want you to see that. So you can see the happy birthday there. There we go. That is so cool. And these are the ones that have been double foiled. But look at all the possibilities. Aren't they just pretty? And you can just make instant card fronts. You can't even see it. There we go. That one. I'm going to show you. You can also do this. Do I have any that were? You can also do this. You can print these out on printed cardstock. This is before it's done. So maybe I'll foil this one for you so you can see it. But see there, isn't that beautiful? So you can do it on printed cardstock too and have all of these beautiful looks. And you don't have to foil it. Like this one is pretty all on its own without the foiling. Same with these ones. I just printed them on cardstock. And so they don't have to be foiled. You can do it without the foiling. But the foiling just adds that little bit of glitter and shimmer that I love. And there's just so many to choose from. I'm going to turn this on really quickly again. So I have this pretty green. I'll use it on that one to show you how easy it is. Printed cardstock is perfect for this because it gives you another it gives you a whole nother look with your colors. So I'm going to put this on here and cut this out because I don't want to run all of this excess through there. I don't mind running a little bit, but I don't want to run all of this excess through there. And I'm going to find my pouch that I moved. And again, I'm putting it down with the cardstock facing up and the dull side of the foil on top. And I'm going to run this through. And I will even do a second black one for you, just so that you can see the amazing results you get. So I'm going to put this down, take this off, and isn't that beautiful? It's so pretty, and it's with printed cardstock, but with a toner printer. So for the black, I'm going to put this down, and I want to cut this excess black away, because if you don't have all of the black toner covered with foil, it'll transfer onto your pouch, and you don't want that. So like this, and I have it ready. I'm going to put this in here, and I'm going to run this through. Move that out of the way. But look at that design. So pretty. Instant birthday card. You put it on your card front. You can die cut it out like I did some of these. Let me grab one that's die cut. So this one is cut with a, you can see it maybe from this side better. Nope. This is die cut with a stitch die like that. And I have one here that is done with a scallop. So you can do it like that. So easy. So here you go. So you get 2 for 1 if you do it with printed and the black toner. Isn't that beautiful? And that's how easy it is to use these digital card fronts.
it's so easy. And Lenine, I was just answering your question when I saw that it ended. Okay, so when you put it through the second time, that the black toner, it's not going to smear. It's set in there before you even do it. But you can, if you want, and I've done this live on Wednesdays, you can put another color of foil over that happy birthday that you just foiled, and it will foil a third time. So it's triple foiling, which I love to do too. And I'll show you sometime on the pajama party. But it's so easy. And for those ones that come 2-day sheet, if you printed it on printed cardstock, you would have an instant card. You wouldn't have to foil it. So there's lots of options.
That is so cool. I have to go back and watch that video so that I understand completely how the process works. And I know I keep asking you about it, and it's like, you know, what laminator should I get and what foil? And I know that there were questions about that. I do not have a laser printer, but I know I can take it to a local copy store.
And if you're going to take it to a local copy store, just have one thing printed, because not all copy stores are the same. So like have one thing printed, bring it home, see if it works.
Okay.
And if it works, that's your copy store. But I have brought things to copy stores and had them printed with their laser printer. And I think it has something to do with how much ink they're having come out.
Okay.
And sometimes it doesn't foil well.
Okay.
So once you find a printer that does it really well, you want to stick with them.
Okay. So I see that Karen said that Facebook was goofing up tonight. So she switched over to YouTube. Glad that you're here, Karen. So I want to remind everyone again, we want you to come on. This is a whole community of sharing. So I don't see anybody that has gone into the green room. And Jules, I called you out in the chat. I would love if you can come on. I don't want to put you on the spot, but we have a few minutes here before I go into my project. I would love for you to come in and say hello to everyone. For those of you who don't know, Juliana Avalar, also known as Jules, is the inventor of the Jewel Loom. Jules and I met over 30 years ago on Aleen's Creative Living when I was hosting Aleen's Creative Living on the Nashville Network. Jules, you have to click on...
I'm putting the link in again for her.
Perfect. You're going to end up clicking on that link. It's going to open up a new tab, and you'll be able to come in through that. So Jules and I met on Aleen's Creative Living, and she came to work for Aleen's, and we instantly bonded over beading. I happened to be taking beading classes at the time, and she had a love of beading. And so we wrote books together, we designed together, and yes, Jules, you can be a mess and come on. While we're waiting, I do see Lenine and Laura Lee are also here.
Okay, I am just letting Amanda know her something happened to her camera. So okay. I told her, no worries, she has time.
Yeah, we can move things around, get your camera charged up, and we're good.
Here, I'll bring Laura Lee in.
Okay, Laura Lee, you have a minute to share what you are working on.
Hi, everybody. I wanted to show you what I made at the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo. I don't know how to turn my camera around. Well, I'll just show you this way.
Yes, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Well, I made so many cute cards. We did a make and take, and we did some brands that I'd never heard of. Like I loved Brass and Bliss. I made I'll start with those because that's the ones that I took several classes on, and I thought it was so neat. I did the shaker card, and it has a Jimmy Buffett stamp in it, so that's one of my favorite. It says changes in latitude, changes in attitude. So I got that set, and then let's see. I also loved. This was another Brass and Bliss. There's no such thing as too many tools. And I love their cards because they were like, you buy the cards pre-cut, and then if you want to, you can buy the dies that add the kind of accessory pieces to it. So I just thought it was really neat. And I got to meet LV Handcrafted. and Carrie Rhodes, and I did a class with them, which was so fun because it was a small class, so that was really special. I loved Scrappy Boy stamps. I'd never seen them in person, so I made this, and the make and take was so fun. It was just so fun being around all these crafty people, and I think they have this event in a bunch of other states, and I thought these jewels were beautiful. We just cut that out. I mean, there's so much. And then the ton stamps, they have their layered stencils are what's so neat, and I got the system too that's their silicone mat, and it's beautiful. Yeah, just really fun, kind of different stuff, some different ideas on interactive stuff. If I had two hands, I would show you how this one pulls, but I mean, we just had a great time. And like they had little make and take tables, and this was $1 to make this cute little tag. Just, oh, Kent will show you.
I'll hold it.
Then I'm done. Okay, he'll hold it. Okay. I mean, it's so cool because they sell just this little card. Like they sell the base for this. Then if you want these little accent dies, that's what you can buy. And you could do this with any look. And I mean, it's just like really well constructed. You're not really like thinking about all the mechanics of it. You know, anybody could do that. So yeah, we had a wonderful time, and I made so many new friends, and like one of my friends gave me this sign at the end. So yeah, it was awesome. Totally recommend if you can ever go to it in your state.
That looks like so much fun. And
It was.
those are great to go to.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
So let's go ahead and have Jules come in before I do my project, because I want to make sure, since she has taken the time to run, we want to welcome her.
I know. I was just playing my piano.
You were. Eileen has that piano too.
I think a few of us have it.
So one of these Wednesdays, Jules, we want to get you on because I want you to show how to make your tassel earrings.
I know. And you know what? I literally just took him back outside to the studio, so I could have grabbed him real quick. Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, good. We'll get you scheduled because we want to give you a full 15-minute segment to talk about your looms and to demonstrate. But since I saw you were here tonight, I just wanted to say hello and introduce you to all of our friends here at the Pajama Party.
Yeah, I recognize a bunch of the names, and
yes,
and so I saw it come up. Well, I saw all the posts on Facebook, and then I was like, oh, I gotta go check that out. And
cool.
So I'm actually snuggled in bed, just chilling out. It's still light here, so
perfect. Yeah, well, that's perfect. That's what the Pajama Party is about.
Yeah, it's fun.
I do not have my T-shirt tonight. I haven't received my merch, so I get a sticker.
That is so cool. I love all of that.
It is. Isn't that cool?
I super love all of that.
Both Ann and I have sweatshirts. It is way too hot tonight for me to put on a sweatshirt. So
yes,
just loaded a whole bunch of new merch into our shop, and we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Very cool.
Thank you so much for popping on tonight. We appreciate
it.
And we love you.
I love you too.
Love you.
I love you.
Mwah.
We'll see you soon.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
So my project tonight is a vintage Mama Aline project. And I posted a little preview on Facebook. And this is a technique of a flower that Mama made back in the 1960s when she was starting her Craft Makers Caravan tour. She actually produced 100 book titles to take on tour. And this is one of them that is always a favorite of mine. So I have a little pre-recorded clip here that shows you how to make these from burlap fabric. And when I come back, I'm going to show you a couple of other little hints. So here we go. Yard. You're going to want to mark your sections of burlap depending on what size flowers that you want to create. And to mark your sections, you are going to pull a thread from the burlap. And let me show you how to do that. On this marking, I'm going to make a smaller flower. So I'm going to mark this at about 3 inches. And that's going to tell me where I want to cut the edge in order to grab that one strand of burlap, that's one thread that runs all the way across. So you just pull it out, just like that. What you do next is you take your tacky glue and you apply it along both sides of where you have just removed that piece of burlap, that one strand of burlap. You want your glue to cover about 2 rows of burlap. You want to secure 2 strands of burlap along the edge. This is going to keep that burlap from unraveling. All of my glue has dried completely, and the piece that I'm working on will have 3 different flowers. I like to keep this all together at this step. We'll be cutting it apart in just a moment, but I like to keep it together because it's much easier when you start pulling out these strands to hold everything together. So working from the side, I am just grabbing one strand at a time and pulling. This is what your piece will look like after you have taken out the extra threads. Now you're ready to cut these apart right down the middle between where you glued the edges. It's really easy to start putting these flowers together. Apply a line of tacky glue along one edge. Fold the other edge over and into the line of glue and just press it to hold it in place. Next, apply another line of glue along the edge. If you want to put your flowers onto any sort of stem, you would insert that as you start to roll. You could use a skewer, a wooden skewer, or a piece of wire, or you can make these flowers without having any sort of stem, which is the way that I use them when I put them onto the topiary tree. So I have the skewer just rolled right in the center. And be sure that you leave this flat on your work surface and press firmly when you are rolling, and try and keep this edge right here lined up. So once that entire piece is rolled, you can leave it in a bud shape, or you can place it face down on your work surface and give it a good press, and then that opens up your flower. You can arrange these little loops, but you can see it naturally goes into a really beautiful pattern. Set this aside to dry completely. For the flowers that I'm using on my topiary tree, I am accenting the centers with pearl stickers. So now that you've created your burlap looped flowers, how do you use them? The base for my topiary I actually found at the thrift store. The flowers were a bit dusty and are quite vintage looking, but it works perfect for this project to fit the decor that I want. So I pulled some of the flowers out, and all I need to do is just tuck in my looped flowers. If you want to, you can glue these in place, but I think these will actually hold in place just perfectly by wedging them in between these roses. So Anne, I'm on my other camera. There we go. So I mentioned that I found there's a couple different ways that you can do this. On that video demonstration, I was using fabric, but look what I found at the thrift store. This is burlap ribbon, and it was available in 2 different widths. So this ribbon creates this size flower, and this ribbon creates this size flower. So take a look, because you don't always have to buy the yardage. You can find other ways to use your burlap fabrics. And as I mentioned in the video, you can just use pearls, or you could put beautiful little jewels in there, beads, to accent them. And I have a full video on YouTube that actually, on this technique, that actually has over 680,000 views. So it's been a very popular technique to share with my Cool2Craft audience. So I wanted to let everybody know that. And if there's any questions, let me know. I think I've changed back to my other camera, and Walmart carries the ribbons.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it carries burlap. That's what Joel's asked.
Okay.
I'm not sure about the ribbons, but I think Hobby Lobby might have it.
Yeah, and I was so surprised. I noticed at my local Goodwill, and I think it's happening everywhere, they're packaging these up into bags now, clear plastic bags, so you get an assortment. And it was like, score. This was perfect because I had actually ordered some through Amazon, some fabric, and it wasn't cheap. You can use any color burlap. You can use these flowers for weddings. When I first started remaking these, I had a friend that was having her wedding at a ranch that I was managing. And so we used these for the table pieces, and we also did some hanging pieces. So it's beautiful if you're doing any sort of eco-looking natural decor. You can also do these in white, beautiful for a wedding. Put them on stems, and I would put them onto my display here. So that is my fringed technique, Mama Aleen's vintage technique.
And Jules said she would put them on her rooted loom, which is like
yes,
a couple
absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be beautiful, Jules.
Yes, absolutely.
Brenda wants to know, how long did you cut the ribbon?
So for these smaller, these were 12 inches. So it depends how much bigger you want to make them out. So, and this one was probably, I'm going to say 14 or 16 inches. And you could see in the video too, how long that was. That may have been more like 18 inches.
Okay. Very cool technique. I love that one.
Great. So before we invite Amanda in, do we want to have Lenine come in real quickly? And
I just sent Amanda if she had the link. If she doesn't, I will share it with her.
Okay.
Hi, Lenine.
I want to share this little ornament we made as a make and take at our, we had a crop at the store, and we did this as our make and take. We had a Paris theme, and we did a stamped on a acetate, the Eiffel Tower, and cut it to size, and then we have beads in the bottom, and then we got a Paris vinyl.
That is so cool.
Isn't that cool?
That is so cool. Yes.
I mean, it shakes around and stuff. Yeah. Everybody loved it.
Very cool.
But you can do anything in here.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have pictures of my kids in those for Christmas.
Yeah. So that's what we did for our make and take at our crop.
Very cool. Love that.
Thank you for sharing, Lenine.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
You too.
Hopefully we'll see you at the auction.
I'm going to email Amanda the link in case she can't find it. Make sure her camera is working.
Okay. So while you're doing that, if you were here for the countdown video, you will notice that we have new merch. Somebody asked last week if we had anything for sale. And so let me bring this up and see if I can do this, because Anne usually does this. Nope. Let me go back to.
What do you need?
This. I was going to remove myself from the side.
Okay. I guess which slide you have.
Here we go. I'll just leave this there.
Okay.
So we have new Cool2Craft Pajama Party merch, and I created several new logos. So I just wanted to share that with you and let you know that you can go to cool2craft.printful.me and you can dress up with us for the Cool2Craft Pajama Party and have some fun creating with us. And like tonight, I really need one of those t-shirts because it's a warm night in Tennessee, and Anne is able to wear her sweatshirt tonight, but I sure cannot do that. So anyway, just want to let everybody know about that. And are we still waiting to get back in touch?
I just let her know that I emailed her the link.
Okay.
And Sarah was in here earlier. She would say I could wear this at 90 degrees.
I don't know how you do it.
I like being warm. I do like being warm. So
do you want to take a moment and talk about the Rhinestone Genie, since we have that information tonight
Sure.
until Amanda can get in, and maybe she's still charging her camera up.
She might be. You know, I mean, I know she did a live earlier today too. That's why she was all set up. So during Whatnot tonight, I am sharing. I do have templates with Rhinestone Genie, and I'm sharing some of those during Whatnot. And in case you missed the beginning, I'm going to really quickly put on how to do it. So it is so easy to bling, but I wanted to show you guys something. Here's a pillow that I did with the rhinestones. So you can see all of those rhinestones. And it's super easy with Rhinestone Genie because it's templates. So it just takes seconds.
So I'm just putting in the affiliate link.
Yes, we have an affiliate link for that. And
you know that there's a slide that tells us to put in your name, I think, for an additional discount.
Thank you, Laura Lee. I also have a quick little video to share. Last week, Tiffany asked, I had mentioned about these glue gun erasers from AdTech. So I did a super quick video, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to use them. You can put your tape runner down, and let's say you had too much, you didn't need that much. You can take this eraser and simply go over that tape runner, and it removes it. You can see I was down to here, and now the tape runner is only to there. And you just pull that excess off here, and it's good as new. That is the AdTech Glue Runner Eraser. So cool. It even works on permanent tape runners. Yeah, so cool.
Thank you so much for sharing that, because I saw the package and I was thinking hot glue, because I haven't done as much paper crafting, silly me. And I am so excited to see, because Anne says that she's very neat with applying her glue. I may not be so neat, so I need the glue runner eraser.
Yes. And Amanda is here. Yay. Our special guest tonight is Amanda Stevens from Pear Blossom Press. I'm going to bring her in. She has her camera all down.
Hi,
and
guys.
I'm going to let you take it over, Amanda.
Thanks. Can you hear me okay?
Can hear you fine.
Okay, good. Because, wow, what a day. Okay, so I have a little bit something different. This is something I've been wanting to do, and I haven't had a chance. But when you said, come on, do a quick craft, and it doesn't have to be Pear Blossom, I was like, yes, because this is not Pear Blossom at all. I have a bunch of these brushes from Trinity Stamps. I don't know if you've seen them, but they are awesome blending brushes. And they come with the little cups and the little color, so you can keep it like that. But each time you put it in, you have to like be careful not to bend the bristles. And honestly, I don't need the cups. I want my brushes just accessible, so I want to hang them. So I got a frame that would fit 12 of my brushes here, and I got some little command hooks, and I've already started putting the backings on those, because the idea is that I'm going to hang them, and then I can put this frame up on the wall and have access to my brushes really easy. So I'm going to show you how I'll do it really fast. I don't want to do the math, so I'm just going to take this guy out and I'm going to fold it up, and then I'll use the lines as my guide. Cheater, right?
No, perfect.
All right. So then there's 12, so 6 on each row. So for the, oh, actually, I'm going to leave a little bit. There's a little lip there on both sides. So I'm going to make it thirds, except the top guy is going to have a little bit of a lip. Jules, if you're still here, I want a piano like that. And I'm going to move this out of the way just so I have a little bit of space here to work. And this doesn't have to be perfect. It's just going to like give me a basic guide. But like that. So now I've got 1, 2, 3 sections there. We'll do the same thing on this side. Again, leaving a little bit of a lip here for what's going to be hidden. Because who wants to do math?
I love this.
You know, math teachers. Kids stay in school. Except it's summer break now, right? My youngest just graduated from high school. So we had a big party on Sunday to celebrate. We were going to do it Saturday, but my niece graduated from college that day. So lots of parties, lots of celebrating. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12. And then I can just put it back into my frame. And I think I'm going to use a little piece of tape to secure it. If I can find the edge. Do you guys like to use the blending brushes, or are you still doing foam blending?
I love the blending brushes.
I like the brushes too. I have the toothbrush style, or the toothbrush style with the long handle, and I like those too. But I just got these, and I think I like them better.
These might be new, huh?
Yeah, they just fit in my hand a little bit better. I think, you know, they just feel like I have more control. I've been using some of them, not the purple one yet. Okay, so I can see each section, and then I can just basically line them up and stick them on. And if I don't like it, these are just command hooks. So, you know, I could take it off and do something else with this frame later. There we go. And I'm going to put it pretty high up in that section.
Lenine says you need to invent something to find the end of the tape.
To find the end of the tape. That's true. Good idea. Oh, I got samples in for 2 new products. I'm really, really excited about those. We'll be officially showing them at the trade show in Vegas. Are you guys coming to Craft Utopia?
I haven't made my mind up.
Okay.
But
Well,
I'll let you know if I do.
All right. Maybe I'll show a little sneak peek ahead of time for you guys. Because I'm excited. They're good. They're super fun. I showed you a sneak peek at BellaCon.
Oh, those are super fun. Yes. I haven't seen the second one yet.
The second one just showed up. Yeah, I hadn't seen it yet either. I mean, in person. All right. You get the idea. I'm just going to do this last one. And then what I would do is take this out, probably find a pretty piece of pattern paper or something not too bold because I want to be able to see my colors, and then put the backer back on, and I can hang it, or I can probably sit it at an angle since it has this guy, but I want to hang it on my wall. And then take off those little guys, and they would just hook on like that.
Perfect.
Fun, right?
What
then
size
I have
is
all
that frame?
12 of them. Fun. I like it. All right.
What size is that frame?
Pardon?
What size is your frame?
This one is a 10 by, a 12, 8 by 12. Let me
Okay.
see. I specifically looked for the frame size because I knew I wanted like 2 inches for each one. I think I got it on Amazon. I just measured out my brushes. Oh, it is. It's 12 by 8. I remember.
That's perfect.
Yeah, that one fit perfectly. I wasn't picky about, the specific frame. If you wanted a real decorative one, you could do the math and however many brushes you have. If you have this style, I like this style. So, but I knew I had 12 brushes, and I knew I needed a minimum of like 10 and a half, 11 to fit them all across. But 12 made it easy to divide 6 by 2.
Love that.
So there we go.
Yay. Thank you. They are asking for a sneak peek if you can do it in a minute.
Sure. All right. Yes.
I think I might have seen them both, right?
Yes. All right. So if you have seen our A2 Card Makers T-Square, the A7 is coming. It's still going to be like end of July, early August before they're officially available, but they're on the way.
Yay.
And this one is 5 by 7. So we've got 7 inches in one direction with a 0 center. The pink dots give you the thirds. Rotate it the other way, 5 inches, again with the 0 center and the 2 pink dots to give you thirds. So it makes it really easy to line up sentiments or alphabets, whatever you want. Or if you just want to keep stuff on 1/3 or 2/3 of your card, you can do it that way. The other nice thing about this are the jigs that are built into the ruler. These are corner jigs. So you flip the ruler over, and it works on any size card, but you slip the jig over your card base, and then you would take a smaller panel. What do I have here? This is terrible. I didn't actually plan for this. But you have the smaller panel there, and that'll give you a perfect 1/4 inch border. If this panel was 1/2 inch shy all the way around, well, 1/2 inch shy total, you would have a perfect 1/4 inch border. The other side will give you an 1/8 inch jig. So here you go this way, and you've got a perfect 1/8 inch. So in order to use those, and again, it'll work with any size card, figure out what size your card base is. And then for the 1/8 inch jig, you want to take off a 1/4 inch from one side and from the bottom. For the 1/4 inch jig, you want to take off a 1/2 inch total. So 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. And then that'll give you a panel that will fit with a 1/4 inch border all the way around. The jigs were actually inspired by Jen Gross, and I saw her in the chat. She's here tonight. So that's, you guys can thank Jen for that smart idea.
It was brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah. So, all right. So that's coming in July.
Thank you so much, Amanda.
Sure.
Thank you, Amanda. I love your organization. That was great. That's something I would do in my studio. And I love seeing these sneak peeks, like what's going on behind the scenes, because there's great vendors that Anne has been working with so many years who become good friends. So we love to see sneak peeks of what's coming down the pipeline.
Well, next week or the week after or whenever, I'll show you another little sneaky peek.
Got to be fast. Thanks so much for joining us tonight, Amanda.
Thank you, Amanda.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye. So, Anne, we're going to need to wrap up here in just a few minutes so that we can get everything all set up for whatnot. But what a great show tonight. So much information. And I do want to remind everyone that if you like tonight's show, be sure if you're on YouTube that you subscribe to the Cool2Craft channel and also like our show. Please, that helps us be seen more. And if you missed the very beginning when we talked about the giveaway, you're going to have to go back and watch the show.
Yeah.
And so that you will learn all the ways that you can enter to this week's giveaway. And then we're going to announce the winner at the beginning of next week's show.
Yep. And a reminder, this is the giveaway, a Gina K stamp and die set. It's beautiful. So
And there's 8 different ways that you can enter. So go back and watch the beginning of this show so that you can get all the links to that in the chat.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you to everyone. Thank you, Anne, for just joining me in the every week. When we started off the show, we both said, oh my gosh, we're so frazzled from the day. Amanda said it too. It just must have been a Wednesday. And so it means so much to us to have you come and join us here. It just fills my heart. And I am so blessed to have all of you here. And we can't wait to see you next week. But we hope you can join us at Whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah. We have to wrap up and get ready for that. But thank you all. We appreciate every single one of you. And remember to send us your pictures of your projects, and we can include them in the preview of the show, because we want to share everything you guys are doing. That's what this is about. It's about community. Thank you, Amanda. It's about community. And if we missed any of your comments, we will try to get back and answer them also.
All right. Take care.
Thank you, everyone.